probably have a little bit of a breeze picking up here now. It's to my back, so the boat is drifting in the direction that I'm pointed right now. The camera's pointed. It's not much of a breeze though, just enough to kind of keep things comfortable. Man, oh man. I think I might have a northern on here, I don't know. It's a pretty big fish here, whatever it is. Yeah, I think it's a northern. Yeah, it is. These northerns can really chew up my spinnerbait pretty badly. They're rubber on the spinnerbait. That's a pretty good sized northern. Yeah, that's a pretty big one. Luckily, I think the way it was hooked, it didn't chew up my the rubber on the spinnerbait. Oh man, I got a big fish on here, or did he get hung up in the weeds? No, he got hung up in the weeds. He's not that big. Yeah, no, it's a good sized bass, but it's not a huge one. Oh man. Oh man. You know, I'm having trouble controlling them though. It is a pretty big one. That's a good quality size bass for sure, yeah. Right in the corner of the mouth, right where it's a good spot to get them right there. Yeah, I'm saying probably 15 and a half. Yeah, just shy of 16, just under 16 inches. I'll take a picture. I mean, this might be the last time that I'm out that I'm out bass fishing this year. That thing is pretty fat. Definitely fatter than most of the ones I've been catching today. It seems like the bigger bass are more willing to move farther away from the lily pads. I'm not catching any small ones that are out from the lily pads quite a ways. All the sub 14 inches that I'm catching today are right on the edge of the pads. So are some of the bigger ones, but sometimes the bigger ones are also caught farther out from the lily pads. So they might be, you know, more willing to move out farther away from the pads because they're not worried about getting eaten by a northern. Maybe the small bass kind of are worried about the northerns. Just seems like there has to be some bass right along here, this in this section right here. The way the lily pads are laid out here, there's one right there. Oh man, this feels like a big fish, man. This might be a northern. Oh man, it's big. Yeah, it's probably a northern. Oh, it's a big bass. might have gotten hung up in that lily pad, so that might be why he felt so big. That's a pretty big one. Yeah, that's definitely a big one. This one is going to get a picture. Yeah, 18 inches. 18 inches. That's a good one for sure. Like I was saying when I was recording that film, this spot looks way too good to not have a bass in it. Most of the shoreline is, the lily pads are kind of making pretty much a straight line. But right here, there's a lot of indentations where the lily pads are sticking out into the lake farther, and they're also going farther back into the deep part of the thick lily pads. So that's why I was saying that this spot just looks too good to not have a bass right here. This feels like a pretty big fish right here. Probably a northern. I don't know though. Northerns don't usually splash around on the surface. Try to keep this thing out of the lily pads. Oh shoot, it's already wrapped up in the lily pads. Shoot. It's gonna get off. I won't be able to get it out of there. I think it was a pretty big bass. It's gonna get off now though. It's still on there. I feel it fighting. Yeah, it's still on there. It's a northern. I can see the fish. It's a northern. Yeah. Pretty good size northern. That is a big northern. I'm gonna need to use the pliers on this thing. I don't mean the pliers, I mean the jaw spreaders. Well, the pliers also. All right, that was pretty easy. Oh no, dang it. That was the only small jaw spreaders that I had. I do have my musky jaw spreaders with me. All right, buddy. Oh, I just had this bass come out here and hit my lure right beside the boat. That's how much line I had out when the fish hit. Right here. That's not very much at all. It's not a very big bass, but it's not tiny either. But that's probably about, I don't know, 2.5 feet maybe. 2.5 feet of line. There's another one. He hit it right. Oh, that's a pretty good sized bass right there, though. Oh, I got hung up in the lily pads. Yeah, he's still hung up in that lily pads. Oh, that's a good sized bass, too. Yeah, that is a good bass. Yeah, 17 inches.